Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to albums that clearly weren't winning a Grammy. This is by the homie Amir. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie channel. From the likes up, the views up, the comments, subscribers up, and all that good stuff over there on his channel. As you already know, they show that love. Here we go, show that love right back. And yeah, man. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Albums that clearly weren't winning a Grammy. Let's get it.
Alright, so boom, we back with another hit, can't stop, won't quit. For this video, I'm going to specifically be highlighting albums that were nominated for the Best Rap Album Grammy. The Grammys have been giving this award out since 1996, and when you look at all the winners and all the nominees over the years, some nominees stick out like a strong sore thumb. And whether it be looking back in hindsight, or even at the moment when the Grammys happen, some albums you look at like, come on now bro, you know you wasn't about to win this award. Best Rap Album? Hell no. It can be because the album itself was nothing special enough to win it in the first place, or because the other nominations from that year was so strong that it makes you look at this album amongst the other nominees and go, you had no chance on winning this Grammy. Like, it's cool that you got nominated and all, congratulations, but no. I knew the moment the nominations came out that you wasn't about to win.
Damn.
But let's get started.
But never turning Hollywood. Oh Lord, I'm tired of coming to you for the same thing. For real, I'm tired of all these niggas.
For every album,
I'm curious to see what the field was, because I know GNX and the Clips was in there. So what else was in there? Oh, what else was in there? What Tyler Creator album? Okay.
in this video, I'm just going to give some general information about the album, give a few of my opinions on the album, and then talk about why I don't think it would have won the Grammy in its respective year. Now, with all due respect to Glorilla, I think we all saw the nominations for the 2026 Best Rap Album.
Oh, I wouldn't say Gorilla stick out like a sore thumb, but niggas not gonna listen to. I like Gorilla. I like the album. If I had to rate the album, I give it a. I give it a B. I give it a solid B. Solid B. Not a B plus, not a B minus. Solid B. I like the album. I gave God Does Like Ugly a listen. I didn't like this one. If anything, the most hated album out of all these albums, in my personal opinion, would be this album. Would be JID album. I don't like this album. I don't care. I don't care. Throw tomatoes at me in the chat. I don't care.
Move this man!
I like Gorilla album. I liked her shit. Her shit was fire. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, Glow. Cuban. I'm talking golly. Yeah, Glow. Her shit was hidden, bro. I don't care. Now compare that to Tyler the Creator, Clips, Kendrick Lamar. Okay, you a little out your lane, but JID, man, get JID the fuck up out of here. But anyway, so I don't know. It's probably a JID is just not my cup of tea. That's why I don't fuck with it. Glorilla was in is what I'm. She had what I was looking for. Tyler the Creator had made a good ass album, very good ass album. Clips, once again, good ass album. After a few listens, I had to come to the conclusion that after a few listens to it, I came back around to it and I was like, my first reaction was, okay, this is boring. Then I listened to it again. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe I was misjudging. Maybe I was judging too early. Then the third time I listened to it, a lot of shit was hitting me. And I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, the wordplay on this is phenomenal. Hold on. It took me about 3 good listens. I said, oh my God, I said lickers. What the hell am I talking about?
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh, freaky ass nigga, you. Freaky ass nigga, you.
Who's a freaky ass nigga?
But after a few listens, yeah, this album, yeah, this is a good album. GNX, I mean, for all this praise, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. It's up there. It's just the fact that it came out like in around like what, November of 2024, that, and the fact that I feel like it fell out of rotation. The fact that it fell out of rotation, I don't know. It kind of fell out of rotation, so it's kind of like but I understand it though. I understand it because it was popping when it first came out, but it's sort of like cooled down and died down since. But I don't think Glorilla stick out like a sore thumb. In my personal opinion, if there was a sore thumb out here, it would be JID album. I said what I said.
And went Glorious by Glorilla. Let's be real here. Some of you may have thought that because, oh, y'all just listed Glow because y'all wanted to put a girl in here, huh? Some of you others may think the album isn't good in the first place. For my opinion, here's my list of every song from the album and the tier that I would have them in if I made a song ranking video on Glow. For those of y'all who watch my worst best song series, you know which color applies to which tier and what each tier means. I'ma actually do this screen for each album on this list because I've heard all of the albums that I'm about to talk about. As a grade, I would grade Glorious a B. Not a low B, almost B minus, not a high B, almost a B plus, just a solid B. I also think it's her best project, period. I got Glorious over Anyways, Life's Great, Everything, and Most Likely Up Next. The Glorious album was a nice showcase of what we've come to know Glorilla for, using her gruff voice to talk about dealing with these niggas, how she ain't one to be played with, how she outside, and several other typical rap topics. Now y'all know the sexual female rappers are all from the same ecosystem, so she had to get a few of her cohorts on here, such as Sexy Red on What You Know About Me, Procedure with Lotto, and Ha Look with Megan Thee Stallion. Honestly, How I Look with Meg is the only good song out of those three. I like the Sexy and Lotto tracks, but I think they're both just decent. The worst song on the album is Hold On, which kinda hurts me to say because I've heard both of DJ Unk's albums, Beating Down Your Block and Second Season, and this track, Hold On Ho, is a top 10 song from both albums. But when Glorilla sampled it, this track is kinda obnoxious to me when she does it. The songs where she kind of stepped out of the box and did something different are conveniently the best two tracks on the album, Rain Down on Me and Glow's Prayer. Since her middle name is Hallelujah, it does make sense for her to have this speaking to God theme during some points of the project. Rain Down on Me features some angelic vocals from Kirk Franklin.
Yep.
Listen, my brothers and sisters, you don't have to be perfect. What does the good book say? Come as you are. Don't ask no questions, just give the money.
Yeah.
Oh, testify
Please call my name.
for my children.
Kiara Shear sounded beautiful as well. Great song. Glow's Prayer is another great song that sees her asking the Lord for advice on how to leave and forget a man that repeatedly breaks her heart. Every time this man hurts her, she'll cry about it and then go right back. And she can't figure out why she's so attached to this man. This line is actually funny when she said, God is great, yeah, God is good.
Lord, I thank you for this man, but can you come back and get him? Cause this ain't even part of the plan.
The final track I want to highlight is a song that before I heard this project, I did see people say it's a great song and they were surprised that Glow can make a song this introspective. But I ain't gonna lie, I was a tad bit disappointed by it. And that's Don't Deserve with Money Long. Now it is the third best song on the album to me, as it's a supportive friend song of
Money Long ruined this song for me. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Money Long ruined this song for me. I don't like her singing on it. I don't.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
Boo this man!
I don't like her singing on this. I don't like Money Long singing on this. I don't.
telling your homegirl that she shouldn't stay with a man that's abusing her and treating her like trash. It's lyrically one of Glorilla's best songs ever. But I gotta be real, Money Long singing on the chorus does not hit for me.
I knew it, bro. It don't work. It just don't work, bro. Money Long fucking singing just don't work on this, bro. It's not Glorilla. Glorilla is actually the best part of it. It's just Money Long just kind of put this song in she kind of like just brings the song down. It's kind of like she overdoing it in a sense. Like she needed some direction to make this song work. Because how she going about it, it don't work. It just don't work. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hold on, ho. Hold on, hold on, hold on, ho. Hey. Hold on, ho. Hold on, hold on, hold on, ho. Hey.
Really, nigga?
I don't deserve my friend. I'd be like, yo singing is alright.
Nah. She doing too much.
Now, the reason I'm saying this album had no chance on winning the Grammy in 2026 is because just look at these nominees. Kendrick Lamar's GNX, JID's Guy Does Like Ugly, Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia, and Clips Let God Sort Them Out. Kendrick and Clips alone is why Glow didn't stand a chance. Kendrick was the #1 rapper in 2024, and him dropping this as the first project since then, sure, it wasn't as introspective and message driven as his other albums, but that's not the point. Off of the year he had, period, Kendrick had way more of a chance of winning this over Glow. And as for Clips, the #1 consensus I've seen with Let God Sort Them Out is that this album debunked the idea that hip-hop is a young man's game. Once you pass a certain age, you should just hang it up. The young, new niggas are better than the old niggas because these old dudes ain't talking about anything that anyone wants to hear. Clips with this album put all of that to rest. As long as you lock in, you really focus on your craft, get the right producers, with your pen you write the best stories and messaging you can think of, you can be in your 40s and 50s and people will rock with you if the music is good enough. Especially because this was their first album in 16 years, these fellas got all of the critical acclaim you can possibly get for this project. While conversely, nobody is talking about this glorious album. JID and Tyler are respected artists in their own right, and Tyler already won this award twice.
Yeah.
So you see the nominees and it's like, JID, okay, cool.
Nah, get JID the fuck up out of here.
Clips and Kendrick Lamar, of course. Glorilla. Alright.
I'll say Glorilla over JID.
AKA the tarantula. Hot rhymes coming from the canister. South Carolina.
About to cut this fucking video off, bro. Get this.
Hey, dog. I hate to be the one to break it to you.
Very bad news.
Get this shit the fuck out of here and get you the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Get off the motherfucking mic.
Damn. Get Petey Pablo the fuck up out of here, bro. You had me at Mystical. Get Petey Pablo the fuck out of here, bro.
Boo this man!
Both of these albums were nominated for the award in 2003, and both of them are super hell no placements to me, especially Mystical's album. So let's start with this. Tarantula is to this day Mystical's very last album, and this is 23 years old. The reason why Mystical hasn't been releasing music in decades is because,
well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park.
Hide your windows, he's setting people up. So hide your kids, hide your wife,
and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Tyler was behind bars for 18 months in connection to first-degree rape and second-degree kidnapping charges.
Even to this day, Mystical has been locked up since 2022 because of SA charges, and he's still awaiting trial after trial. With that being said, there is a song on this Tarantula album that is possibly the most poorly aged song in the history.
You put the wrong one up.
And it's called Pussy.
That's the wrong emoji.
He raps about
you know the emoji to put up.
Desire to have sex with women. He don't care if he has to pay for it. Like he tells women they don't need to be walking around if they JJ smells like Red Lobster. Any woman who's complaining that Mystical is too sexual, put her in a room with him alone and he bet he can have sex with her. The intro, the song literally starts with calling all cars, be on the lookout for a pussy vandalist. Over. A pussy bandit. Suspect is known in many states for dicking your woman.
Hey, yo.
Over. He is dangerous. Be on the lookout. So, yeah. Knowing what type of person Mystical is in real life makes this song a horrible. The third verse of this song is one of the worst third verses in the history of rap. He literally raps about having anal sex with a girl because her menstrual cycle just started.
Hey, yo.
At one point, he literally screams, I was all the way up in that. I was all the way up in that. This Pussy Crook song is absolutely insane.
Get your goddamn really nigga, really nigga, really nigga. Negro, please.
Oh hell no! Get Mystical the fuck up out of here, dog. Hell no. Hell no. Get this freaky ass nigga the fuck up out of here, bro. Pack this nigga the fuck up. Hell no.
Oh my gosh. Mystical Nickelberry. And with that being said, here's my ranking of the song. Hey bro, listen. I actually enjoyed the song Pussy Crook. It aged horribly, like I said, but it's still an enjoyable song to me. I was on the way up in that ass. Tarantula is one of those albums that falls off in the second half as well. There's really not many good songs on here. As you can see, I only think the title track, Settle the Score featuring Juvenile, and Ooh Yeah are good songs. And those are within the first 7 tracks. This project sold 153 copies first week and yet only debuted at the number 33 spot on the Billboard 200. I would think 150,000 copies will get it to the top 15 at least. Only number 33 seems pretty low. The lead single, Bouncing Back, was undeservedly nominated for Best Male Rap Solo Performance at the Grammys, but it lost to Nelly's Hot in Her. I say undeservedly because this production by the Neptunes doesn't fit Mystical's rap.
To be fair, Mystical was in a tight race with a lot of heavy hitters. So if we talking like 2001, you going up against Jay-Z, Nelly, Ludacris, fucking Eminem. Yeah, you going up against some heavy hitters, bro. Listen, bro, Mystical was still popping around this time, but it wasn't like shake your ass, but watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me. It wasn't that levels. So I think Mystical is properly placed.
In my opinion, this pairing worked on Danger and Shake Your Ass, but Bounce Back, the enjoyment of this track mostly comes from the beat and the chorus. When Mystical is doing all of this aggressive rapping on the verses, the song loses its flair.
Hey, but until you see me, trust me.
Bounce Back.
Tarantula is the first album in this video where I believe it didn't win simply because it's not that good of an album. Pussy Crook alone is why this album wasn't going to win a Grammy. I don't care, bro. Nobody's going to award you a Best Rap Album award if one of the songs on your album is some crazy stuff like that. Now, for P.D. Pablo's project, remember when I said that Mystical's album debuted at number 33 with 153 copies? Well, that was in December 2001. Diary of a Sinner came out just 1 month prior, on November 6, 2001, and it debuted at number 13 with 103 copies first week, 20 spots higher with 50 less copies sold. Just goes to show how strong them chart positions be changing within a few weeks, just based on how well everybody else's projects is performing. And this was by far the lowest performing first week sales of all the nominees from 2003. I'll touch on this in a second. For the quality of the records, man, that track that's named after him, P.D. Pablo, this boy had flows for days on that. Shit got a lot better, wallet got a lot fatter, house got a lot bigger, truck got a step ladder, folks think I'm out of my mind, I'm out of line a lot of times, I don't give a fuck about guidelines, do what I wanna do when I wanna do with you, you ain't gotta like what I'm doing, you ain't got to, I ain't mad at you, but eventually, you gonna find yourself calling me. Here's my opinion on all of the songs here. P.D. did a marvelous job capturing his country personality with instrumentation typically used in country jazzy production, such as banjos and most notably bass lines. There are some strong bass lines on these records. It gives music you would be listening to while sitting on your front porch on a summer country day. Now, I will say some songs on the album I probably dislike because I'm not accustomed to that sound for real, like the song Fun Room. It isn't the worst track here, but it does sound very ridiculous. This beat immediately felt weird, like it didn't really match with Pablo. The chorus made this sound like a Black Eyed Peas or a CeeLo Green record. Lastly, this album has one of the best 3-track runs I've heard on an album in a long time. Fool for Love, Test of My Face, and Truth About Me, these 3 tracks were well needed because before this point, after the iconic North Carolina, born and raised, it was a whole lot needed. So if you want my recommendations for just 4 songs to take from this album, you have to take Raise Up,
No,
Fool for Love,
no,
Test of My Faith,
no.
and Truth About Me.
Get all that out of here. Get all that the fuck up out of here.
So here's the 2003 award has some heavy hitters fighting for it. One of them was Ludacris's Word of Mouth.
Yep.
So 208.
Yep. This would be mine right here. Well, no. Nellyville came out too. It'd be a tie between this and Nellyville.
81,000 first week gave us hits such as Area Code.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Another nominee was Nelly's Nellyville, selling
Yes, sir.
715,000 first week. Monster numbers. That album brought us Hot in Her, Dilemma, Our First One. These songs were way bigger than anything Mystical and Petey Pablo had going on. And then, last but not least, the winner of the award was Eminem's The Eminem Show.
Of course.
They put on your sandwich too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Selling 1.3 million copies first week, and brought us monumental tracks like Without Me, Sing for the Moment, Business, and a couple of others. The Eminem Show is the #1 most successful rap album of all time. Technically, it's the second most successful because Outkast Speaker Box The Love Below is #1.
Yeah.
And because that's a double album, they count every disc sold as 2 copies. I've always thought that was some bullshit, but whatever.
No, it worked. Black Power, brother. Black Power.
Word of Mouth, Nellyville, and Eminem Show. Diary of a Sinner and Tarantula had no chance on winning this award.
Not at all.
You see Ludacris and it's like, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You see Nelly, it's like, yeah, that's what's up. You see Eminem, it's like, yeah, that's what's up. But then Mystical and Petey Pablo, it's like, we like y'all too, but no, sir.
Nope.
Y'all was a lost boy, now I'm found. Niggas wish.
Who would? Ain't nobody finna know. Ain't nobody listen. Hey, bro, ain't nobody trying to listen to the Cordae, bro. Come on, dog.
They can't come around.
As someone who has heard all 3 of Cordae's albums, The Lost Boy, From a Bird's Eye View, and The Crossroads, my opinion on this man has not changed at all. He's a good rapper and he has good music on paper. Like, he does the basic fundamentals of rap correctly. He's not trash or nothing at all. The issue with Cordae has always been he has nothing fascinating about him. He's just not interesting as a person. So it's like, it don't matter what project he drops, you just come away with saying the same thing. I mean, it's a good album, but yeah, that's pretty much all you can say when you play one of his albums. It's good, but yeah. There are some lines from The Lost Boy that I feel like just don't apply to Cordae, and he's only saying them because it sounds like a cool line that other rappers will rap. I.e. from the final song on the album, Lost and Found, where he says, see these rap niggas biting my sound, shout out my bitch for holding it down.
These rap niggas biting my sound, shout out my bitch for holding it down.
Just that first part, Cordae in 2019 saying, these rap niggas out here biting my style is like, dude, stop. There is not one rapper in the universe where people look at him and think, oh, this guy trying to be like Cordae. This dude was super in his own bubble when he said this. Like, boy, ain't nobody trying to be like you. And then in the song We Gon' Make It with Freak Mill, Cordae called himself the savior of rap and a leader of the Renaissance.
My nigga be forgetting, then remember I'm savior of the rap shit, the leader of the Renaissance.
These titles that he be giving himself are insane, bro. Like, every rapper gasses themselves up, as you should, but there are times when you can say stuff that kind of breaks their immersion, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, bro, I get you're feeling yourself and all, but you're capping so much to the point where it's kind of making me not enjoy the song. Here's my opinion on the songs though. I believe Thanksgiving is not only the best song here, this is a top 3 song in Cordae's catalog, period. R&P with Anderson .Paak is admittedly a top 5 song on the album, but it's right there at number 5. It's honestly the 6th best song. I don't really enjoy Cordae's and Anderson .Paak's collabs, period. Both of their songs from the Crossroads album, Summer Drop and then the bonus track 210s, even both of those songs are mid. Them two on the track together never interest me. The Lost Boy is a good album. I think all three of Corday's albums are good, but that's the downside. They're just good. Nothing spectacular or amazing. And a lot of the good records are songs that I don't even enjoy, such as songs from this album like Wintertime, R&P, and Family Matters. I don't even like these songs. I'm just giving respect where it's due because I see what he can do on the mic, but I'm not putting them on. Now, I didn't make this a dual entry, but you can honestly include Dreamville's Revenge of the Dreamers 3 in here too. This was also nominated for Best Rap Album in 2020.
This is actually a good album though. The Revenge of the Dreamers 3 was actually a good album. I can't even hold you. They got some bops on here. For 2019, they definitely have some bops on here.
I'm including this too because we've never seen a whole rap label or a rap collective win this Grammy. We've seen two groups win it, when Naughty by Nature won the very first one in 96, the Fugees won it the next year in 97, and then we've seen two duos win it, with Outkast taking it home in 02 and 04, and then Macklemore and Ryan Lewis taking it home in 2014. But a whole rap label or collective winning? I knew as soon as Dreamville got nominated that they wasn't getting this. The other nominees that year were Freak Mill's Championships. He was running hot off of getting released from prison a few months prior. He had Going Bad with Drake released in early 2019, which honestly, that's already an iconic beat from this era of hip hop. For many
the
people,
YN's not even bumping Corday. Most definitely. Yeah.
You know exactly where it came from. And then we had Sir
Back
Savage
home smoking legal.
Greater than I was.
I got more slaps in the beat up.
Started giving Savage the Most Improved Player award for hip hop. By 2019, the narrative around him was that he was kind of ass and pretty boring when he first came out, but he's really been stepping it up in the past couple of years. And a hit song like A Lot featuring J.Cole being the lead single off of this album was a driving force for that narrative. Lastly, we have the winner of the award, Igor by Tyler, the Creator. Albeit a controversial win, because Tyler has gone on record to say he blended so many genres on Igor that just simply calling it a rap album felt like a backhanded compliment. But either way, The Lost Boy is a good debut, but there was no way that Dreamville and then Lil Ass Corday was about to get it if the strong improvement of Sir Savage the 21st, the comeback of Freak Mill, and the genre blending artistry of Tyler is what they was going
Nah, you wasn't getting past Tyler. You wasn't getting past Tyler.
A little sound growing, coming and going.
What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise. What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise. What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise. What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either.
Who the fuck was, man, get the Beastie Boys the fuck out of here, bro. Ain't nobody listening. Who is listening to the Beastie Boys, bro? I really want to know who is listening to the Beastie Boys, bro.
Hey, dog. I hate to be the one to break it to you.
Very bad news.
Get this shit the fuck out of here and get you the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Get off the motherfucking mic.
Damn.
Bro, who is listening to the fucking Beastie Boys? I just want to know. I really want to know who's listening to the Beastie Boys.
Who?
All the time.
First of all, this is the Beastie Boys in the year 2005. That alone just screams, man, if y'all don't get the hell on somewhere. This was their first album in 6 years. Prior to summer 2024, when they dropped it, they haven't released an album since summer 1998, when they dropped their Hello Nasty album. According to them, they haven't released anything in 6 years because they were kidnapped by Sasquatch. I guess this is supposed to be that stoner, totally Kyle type of humor.
Actually, I know it sounds kind of funny, but we were actually captured by Sasquatch.
But being honest here, the New York-based production on this album was really good. I gotta give them that. The record scratches, the drums, all encompass old school DJ and MC basement party vibes. One of the bigger things that was throwing me off about this album was MCA's voice. That dude sounded like a chronic smoker or something with how raspy and throaty his voice sounded.
Hey, yo.
Such as here.
What's all the fanfare? What's this to do? With no one to bring a hullabaloo.
They put on your sandwich.
Here.
Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Scarier and scarier. And this explains me on the tri-state area.
And here.
What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Here's my opinion on the track list though. I really liked Right Now, We Got The, and All Lifestyles. Those are the top 3 songs on that album from 1 to 3. Now, although I don't think there's any great songs on the album, there's 5 good ones. 2 of them I don't enjoy, but again, I give credit where it's due. It Takes Time to Build, for example, made me go, okay. Even though I don't like the overall song, this production is top damn notch. The final song I want to quickly mention is An Open Letter to NYC. It was the 4th and final single for the project, and this track is what drives home my personal point of I enjoy the production on this album way more than the rapping.
Oh, this is on NBA Street Volume 3. I remember this. This is on NBA Street Volume 3. I think this was only a PlayStation exclusive though, if I'm not mistaken. No, this wasn't a PlayStation exclusive. I'm tripping. Cause the Beastie Boys was also on the GameCube version with Mario and them. Cause Mario, Luigi, and Peach and them, they was a Nintendo exclusive. And then I think for all the other versions, you got the Beastie Boys for like the regular version. Yeah. I do remember that stuff. That was on NBA Street Volume 3. I made sure to turn that song off every time it came on, but I definitely remember it.
What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Kind of like what I said about Corday, this one is also a semi-dual entry. I didn't want to go in depth with every album that I talk about, so some of these I'll just casually mention. One of the nominees for this year was LL Cool J's The Definition album.
They call me Big LA. Nobody calling you that. Stop lying, nigga. Nobody was calling you that. They call me Big LA. Big Silly. Fuck out of here, nigga. Oh, they call me Big LA. Big Silly.
Yeah, LL Cool J winning a Grammy for Best Rap Album in 2005 would have been an obvious WTF moment. The Definition is one of those albums where I feel like it was only nominated because it had a couple of hit songs on it. The Definition had Hush and Everybody Get Our Hands Bro on the track list. So I think those 2 tracks made the committee look at the album and go, yeah, sure, we'll nominate that one too. But continuing, the other 3 nominees were Nelly's Suit album, Jay-Z's The Black album, and Kanye West's The College Dropout.
Okay, yeah, it was over. It was over. Once the Black album and don't get me wrong, this wasn't a bad album. The Nelly's Suit album wasn't a bad album. It's just that the Black album, I keep saying this, if Jay-Z would have stayed retired after this album, if Big Lips would have stayed retired after this album, his catalog would have been goated. And there'd be no dispute that he would be like a top 5, top 3 rapper. But you drop Kingdom Come, you drop fucking American Gangster, you drop Blueprint 3, you drop the Magna Carta album. Nigga, you went 0 for 4. This nigga went 0 for 4. How do you do that? How do you go 0 for 4 after probably having one of the most immaculate catalogs to ever exist? Bro should have stayed retired, bro. You went 0 for 4, bro.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
I would include 444 there, but I haven't listened to it in a while, so I don't know. Maybe my thoughts may change if I listen to it again. So like I said, I haven't heard it since it came out. But the other albums.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Stop it. Get some help.
And you definitely for damn sure wasn't being Kanye college dropout. Nothing was going to beat this album. This album was undeniably the best album of that year, bro. The best album, in my personal opinion, this was the best album of that year. There was no album that was going to compete with The College Dropout, bro. That is greatness right there. That is greatness personified right there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's the GOAT.
There ain't nothing coming close to that.
Oh. The Jigga and Louis Vuitton Don nominations alone prove my point. You got Jay-Z dropping what's arguably his best album. That was considered fantastic the day it dropped. And then The College Dropout is what won the award, deservingly. Lastly, LL Cool J's The Definition had much lower first week sales than the other nominees. Beastie Boys, Nelly, Kanye, and Jay-Z all sold over 350,000 copies first week. The Definition only had 173 copies sold first week. And even that was the highest first week sales of LL Cool J's career at the time. So when you see Jigga and Kanye were nominated, these two head honchos, you look at people from the 1980s like Beastie Boys and LL Cool J and go,
What do you think about the Beastie Boys?
Hey, hold on. Nah, we don't do, nah. If you go play it, you play it in its entirety. We here to let these people know you're done. You're washed. You're done. You're washed. It's over.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. You washed.
Try. What more do you want from me? I can explain.
Here we go to prison for the rest of our life. What can you do?
What the fuck was that?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You fat, stinking, and you ugly.
Okay.
You fat, you stink, and you ugly, and you broke, monkey. And you're the feo mono. Me to racismo. Me to what? What?
Okay.
You fat, you stink, and you ugly. You in my country. I'm the top. You can't live in your own country. You're a monkey in your country.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Having been kidnapped by Sasquatch all these years.
Oh, wow. I did not realize that. I did not realize there were Sasquatches.
Hey, this a fire ass album though. I fuck with this. Hey, I fuck with Skee-Lo album though. I fuck with this album though. This album low key some heat, bro. I actually sat through and listened to this one day because I ain't heard I Wish in a long time. So I was like, damn, I ain't heard this song in a minute. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl that a good I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat. Come on, bro. I ain't heard that song in a minute, and I just decided to go through that entire album. I ain't gonna lie, bro. His first album was kind of fire, bro.
ooh, my favorite rap song of all time is from this album. That's right. Look, y'all niggas not listening. My favorite rap song of all time is on this album. So if you ever wanted to know what Amir's favorite hip hop track is ever, you would have been able to find out from this video if I was willing to tell y'all. Now, the reason I chose I Wish over all the other 1996 nominees is because Skee-Lo is a one-hit wonder. He is. He's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
The title track, I Wish, was nominated for the best rap solo performance at that year's Grammys as well. And to this day, this is like the only song that people even remember from this man.
I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl to the good I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat back in the 6 for a parlor.
Every song on this album. That grade does not deceive you. That is a high A-, almost just an A. Even the 3 weakest songs, the Burger song, You Ain't Down, and the worst song on the album, Waiting For You, are all still decent tracks that are nice to have on. Every beat on every song is so pleasing to the ears. You cannot go wrong with the West Coast.
I'm telling you, dog, that West Coast G-Funk, bro, that shit was fire.
To the keyboard, everything just sounds silky and comforting to have on, such as the songs Holding On, Never Crossed My Mind,
Just in case it never crossed your mind.
and Top of the Stairs.
And everybody wants to be down with the dude on top of the stairs. Top of the stairs.
As much as I love this album, when you look at 90s rap projects that were nominated for the Best Rap Album Grammy, and you consider the legacy of various artists and how everything turned out for them, seeing Skilo's I Wish just makes you go, wait, who the hell was voting for this to win? Those nominees were Old Dirty Bastards, Return to the 36 Chambers.
That was a pretty that was a good album. I like ODB verse album. This was pretty good.
With the legacy of Wu-Tang building up at the time and ODB being known as the most eccentric member, his first solo album was sure to have people excited. Selling 80,000 copies first week, it was critically acclaimed, while Skilo's album was getting dogged on. Next nominee was Bone Thugs and Harmony's E1990.
Yeah, you not beating. Yeah. You not beating that Bone Thugs and Harmony first album. You not beating that. That is pure fucking heat, bruh. This shit is pure fucking heat, bruh. This shit go, bruh. Fire ass album, bruh.
99 Eternal. Them calling me Mr. Bill Collector, letting me money know is up the night. The next nominee is an album I think everybody in the world looks back on and goes, what? This didn't win the Grammy for Best Rap Album? And that's Tupac's Me Against the World.
They was never gonna let Tupac win that fucking that fucking award. They was never gonna let Tupac win that especially when you consider the fact of what was going on with him at that time, and considering the fact that he was locked up during this time. And once again, I have to remind people, because people keep saying he went to jail for rape. He did not go to jail for rape. He went to jail for inappropriate touching. Let's get that correct. He is not a rapist. He did not get charged for rape. He got charged for inappropriate touching. Even though it was consensual, but they had to get him on something. So I hate when people misconstrue that and they try to call Pac a rapist, and he's not. He went to jail for inappropriate touching. Even though it was consensual at the time, but they saw it otherwise. Even though we all knew she was lying. We knew it was a setup, but it is what it is, though.
This, in hindsight, is just mind-blowing to see that it didn't win, considering this is praised as a top 10 rap album of all time. It is in my personal top 3 of albums I've ever listened to as well. But all of these albums lost to Naughty by Nature's Poverty's Paradise.
All we wanna know is if your body wanna party.
Yes. For everybody.
I remember when Skilo was asked on Sway in the Morning back in 2013 how he feels about the one-hit wonder tag that he gets on his career. And I'm gonna be real, I feel like people be making this term way deeper and way more negative than what it is. Skilo debunked this title by saying, well, I produced that whole album in my bedroom, no help from a label. The whole album was Grammy nominated, so that's 10 hits, not just one. The title track was just such a massive hit that we didn't need to push any other song. The sales for that album are still going up just off of that one song alone. And most notably, I never sold my publishing. I still own it, so I can license my songs to anybody who wants to use them. That's where you get the big money. When I saw that interview, I was like, bro, everything you just said is
what the fuck?
Congratulations.
Brother, my brother in Christ, it's okay, bro. You're a one-hit wonder. Stop it. Skilo, that first album was good. But my brother in Christ, you are a one-hit wonder, and you need to accept that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Congratulations.
But you still a one-hit wonder, bro.
Exactly.
You can go outside and ask 1,000 people, hey, do you remember a West Coast rapper from the 90s named Skilo? All 1,000 people are either not going to know who you are at all, or they'll say, didn't he have a song called I Wish? You talking about him? Like, there's nothing else to bring up. The top comment on the YouTube video of Sway's interview was someone saying, it's crazy how people call him a one-hit wonder. That whole album is heat. Two things can be true at once, man. I love this album and I think it's fantastic, but the whole album being good doesn't mean that he's not a one-hit wonder. Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Come on now.
Calling someone that doesn't mean that they only have one good song and everything else they've ever made is garbage. It's not as deep as people make it seem. So even hearing Skilo say, well, my whole album got nominated for a Grammy. I was put up there with Naughty by Nature, Tupac. It's like, yeah, you're still a one-hit wonder, bro. It's okay. In hindsight, Seeing that this album got nominated in the first place is mind-boggling, considering not a single soul talks about it other than the title track.
Alrighty, man. That's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Most definitely, man. Shout out to the homie Amir, man. Coming through with that heat, feeding the streets. About time, nigga. No. About time your ass started putting out some content. Shit. Oh, man. But anyway, so shout out to the homie Amir, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Run the likes, set the views, set the comments, subscribe over there on his channel. You already know they show that love out over here. We gonna show that love right back. And yeah, man, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Out of all of these, I'll probably say the Glorilla one. I'll take Glorilla over Corday, not Corday, but JID. That JID album any day of the week. That Gorilla album, come on, bro. That shit fire. That shit's heat. That shit's fire. I like that. Yeah, bro. But anyway, so that just go about do it for this one. I'll see y'all the next video. Till then, deuces.